Oh, there we go again. Ghost videos. Oh, oh, hey, welcome back. My name is Karis. This is You Don't Scare Me. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of videos, just because I got a couple here. 8 minutes, 10 minutes. So we're going to go for a twofer today. I can justify releasing a 10-minute video. I can stretch that 10-minute video out to 20 minutes if I have to, but I don't think you want to sit here for 20 minutes while we try to figure that out. So, the first video we're going to be checking out is Paranormal Terror's 6 ghost videos that will scare. Oh, sorry, 6 ghost videos so scary that you'll need holy water. I don't even have normal water. I might need that. Hang on. Normal water. Nomine Padre Spiritus Sanctum. There you go. Now it's holy water. That's not how it works. But hey, whatever. Alrighty, so let's get into this. We're going to tackle the first one right now. It's 8 minutes, 25 seconds long. It's got 167 views 4 days ago, so it's a little bit of a smaller channel, just like us. So I got a lot of good vibes. I don't know. 7.99 thousand subscribers, just about 8,000 subscribers. Good for you. If you guys haven't already, check out their channel, Paranormal Terror. Maybe drop a subscribe. Get them up to that 8. And while you're over there, tell them we sent you. And then if you're going to be over there, you might as well, if you're going to subscribe to their channel, I think, you might as well subscribe to ours. Subscribe to Nick and I, Twin Side Toys, Paranormal. We do this constantly, maybe every day in October. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Drop us a like, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Stick around for a while because things are just getting started now. And the good thing about our channel is that if it takes us 10 years for us to get 8,000 subscribers, it doesn't really matter to us. It'd be cool if it was faster, but we're not here for the for that. We're here to have fun. We do this on our passive time. We're enjoying this, right? Doing paranormal investigations is one of our passions. It's been our passion ever since we were kids. Skulking around the Barronwood tunnel systems, being the sewer systems in Brampton, Ontario, as well as kicking into like old abandoned houses and trying to find ghosts has been our deal for a long time. We did recently do a paranormal investigation at St. Joseph's Cemetery in Guelph, Ontario, which was amazing. We caught some really interesting EVPs. It's not like we broke the lid or busted the lid off this thing, but being as honest as we are, you're going to probably see a lot of investigations where nothing comes up and it's just a big old boring nothing burger. And to be fair, we are trying to entertain you as much as we can during those investigations. So if we don't find anything, we're going to try to make you laugh at the very least. And so, yeah, stick around for that. We're going to be going to some other haunted locations. There's plenty of opportunity out there. Nobody has taken this field as seriously as Nick and I are. And we're hoping to build a foundation of scientific research based on this, right? Something that other people can come and use as a baseline, right? Are you catching an EVP on your phone? Are you confused? Do you want to compare it to other people's and see if we can find common ground? Stick around. That's our bread and butter. That's what we're here for. Without further ado, we're 4 minutes into this video already. Like I said, I'll stretch it out to 20 minutes. But here we have 8 minutes, 24 seconds, and go. This is a new channel for me. I don't think I've ever watched Paranormal Terror before.
Night Watch.
Cool intro.
Is from TikTok user Igafor.
We need to jack the volume up on my.
It was a quiet
on this one.
in an Indonesian city when Ed, while at home, was suddenly startled by.
It's not really working very well, is it?
From outside.
There we go.
Curious to find out what was causing these unsettling sounds.
Just a heads up, I will be talking through this entire thing, so if you guys are here to watch both videos, you're on the wrong channel. You're here to watch me review and to investigate and to sort of give my opinions on these videos. If you guys want to see the original videos, just go to their channel and watch it yourself. Okay, all right, right off the hop, we've got. I like this video. It's candid. Is the head gonna move? Doesn't appear to have a mouth.
Outside, in a parked vehicle,
Okay, so
An eerie and unsettling figure came into view, seemingly staring right at him.
you know what it looks like? It looks like
Figure
those
looked like a woman
look. It kind of looks
who
like
was
Battle
something
Angel
disturbingly
Alita, if you know what I
unnatural
mean.
about her appearance.
Um,
This sparked a debate among
it
viewers. Some believe it's
appears
believed
to me to be a Halloween mask
while others
or
argue that
a
it restaged
mask,
the
like
entire
those
scene.
anime masks that people are wearing, where they're
Now
like
it's your turn to
the
decide.
sort of
Is this
like,
a ghostly
you know what I mean?
encounter or just a ploy for views? You be the judge.
I'm gonna go with it's a ploy for views. It's
The
it's
full
definitely a
video
Halloween
is a
mask.
classic
It's
gem
somebody
that
wearing
has
some
been
kind of
seen
silicon
in the
mask or
past,
some kind of
so I
maybe a
thought it
mannequin or
deserved a
anything like that with a
revisit.
hair dress on. I
Originally
do like the
uploaded to YouTube
position,
back in
but the fact that it
2008,
doesn't move
it's still
leads me to
considered
believe
by
that
many to be
it's
one of
just
the
a
most authentic
static thing.
ghost sightings
To be
ever
honest, like a
documented.
lot of people you might find
Titled
driving
Ghost
around
Face
these
in
days will
Window of
have like a
Jail,
skeleton or
the
something in their
uploader
back seat.
explains in the description
You
that
know,
he
it's a
and
little
two
bit of fun
friends
that
spent
people do.
around 6 hours
So I wouldn't be
uncovering
surprised if
details
somebody put
that's
a
no
mannequin in
longer
there.
in use.
Heck, I've seen people with
His
mannequins in their
father, who
passenger
was
seats
friends
going
with the
through
building's
the
manager,
HOV
got them
lanes.
special access.
So is
They
it
were mostly
HOV?
goofing around, pretending to film the
Carpool lanes
parody of the
on the 401?
sci-fi show Ghost Hunters,
Silly, but you
with
know,
no
it
real
could just be
intention
that.
of finding
If
anything
it's
supernatural.
not this guy setting that
But when
up,
they
then
reviewed the footage, they discovered
whatever.
something chilling. One appeared to be a face in one of the windows. To this day,
This video
many
is 8
believe it
minutes
might
long.
be the
There's
real
6
deal.
ghost videos, and he spent the last 30 seconds giving us
We're in the
exposition that I wasn't listening to.
everybody breaks off in their own
Like I never listened to.
a handy cam, and we're just sort of checking around.
Good framing. I'm just gonna I'm gonna pause this real quick here. Um, Believability in ghost videos increases when the production quality of that ghost video is lower. So in this case, this guy is filming himself, clearly not using his front-facing camera because he's out of focus, or he's out of focus and he's out of scene. But I'm led to believe, and I kind of missed it back there, but I vaguely recall a video like this where there was a face in a window. And if that's the case, he's purposefully framed himself onto the side of the screen out of sort of the correct, sort of out of that, what do you call a center frame, so that people can very easily see the objects behind him, which is a
And
stage.
hopefully, each one of us finds our own.
Did you catch
So he's
it?
obviously doing a
When the
paranormal
video is
investigation
slowed down,
himself.
what looks like the face of a former prisoner can be seen pressed against one of the cell door windows. While some are convinced this
It's
is a
really
genuine
neat.
ghost sighting, others think
But
the
you
uploader
can't
staged
genuinely
it
say
for
that that's
views.
the face of a previous.
So, what do you
It's
believe?
just a disembodied.
Is this the
It's a
ghost of a
random
former
face.
inmate,
It
or just a clever
could be a
trick?
human,
You decide. Haunted toy mystery.
but
A
it
Reddit
could also
user
be a
with the handle
CPR dummy
quote
because they kind of look like that, like sort of
7588
devoid of emotion,
shared some eerie
sort of
security
placid.
camera footage that has been sent
It
on
could be
shelves by local
a
spy
CPR dummy they've
investigators.
stuck up against the window to
And for
scare
good
people
reason.
or
The
to
video
set
was
up that
recorded
scene.
at a mall in
This is a nice looking old mall. That
Everything
reminds me,
seemed
it's a dead
quiet
mall for
and
sure.
uneventful.
That kind of reminds
The
me of like
security
the
guard
AAA
watching the
supermarket, which
cameras
used to be
was
the No
beginning
Frills
to work
Mall
out of their
in
mind.
Brampton,
But
where
then,
my brother and I grew
something
up.
happened that would change that completely.
Really eerie place to go back then, but it's a completely different mall now. But it's like that. It's like that 1980s, 1990s style tiling with the, what is this thing? Is that a ride along? Probably Indonesia or something like that. Kind of looks a bit like. Am I wrong to assume that right wall is a fence? It's speeding up, but we don't have a clock, so it's hard to say whether it's speeding up or if the video is speeding up.
Out
Okay,
of nowhere,
so
a strange toy suddenly
pause. This toy, if I recall, they're pretty popular these days, especially around here. When you get to a mall that's dying, sometimes what they'll do is they'll bring in these toys to try to like get people to come into the mall more often, make it more interactive for their kids. It kind of attracts parents to the mall because parents can then get their kid onto one of these like scooters and then they can ride around and stuff. So it sort of attracts parents to bring their kids in, and the parents will shop and stuff. So it's kind of like a weird way of getting more traffic in your store or in your mall. In this case, this little ride along piece here, these are they're drivers. They're not push cars, they're not pull cars. They're they have engines in them. Is what I mean to say. They're electronic, and so when the kid sits on them, they can actually like rev the the device up, and it will drive around, kind of like those little plastic Jeeps and like cars and stuff that we used to have when we were kids. We never did because we were poor as shit. But if you had one, you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about, like little plastic cars with drive engines in them. So that's what this is. And if I had to guess, the battery, if it's not obviously if it's not staged in a particular way, I would suggest that the trigger has become stuck or the system is shorted out. It's already turned to the side. So if it's turned to the side, then it's going to turn in those circle motions. If the humidity of the area drops below a certain percentage, or drops or raises above a certain percentage, then it's not without the realm of possibility where the moisture would then be deposited onto the circuitry inside these cars, especially if that right wall there is a fence leading to the outside, as I suppose it is. If it is, then it's possible that there's enough moisture getting onto this system that it triggered the drive function or shorted out the drive function and then caused it to start going in circles. If this were a ghost video or if this were a poltergeist, I would imagine that it would move in different positions. You'd imagine that it would do something other than just spin in a circle. So if it's not a poltergeist doing the movement of or like actually operating this little ride along car, then it's staged by whoever's there to get views. Or obviously the third option is that it's just shorting out. It's just a piece of shit toy. Because you got to understand, like these things are mass produced, and they're not mass produced for failing or for successful businesses. They're just mass produced and used in failing businesses because, like, they're dirt cheap.
Move across the mall floor, as if it has a mind of its own. The person who uploaded the video
And we'll probably continue to do that until the battery dies or the circuitry dries out.
The toy to wander like that.
It almost seems like it's kind of like wobbling in and out, but that's probably just because of the actual tiling on the floor is causing it to skip and like sort of move position.
Could this be proof that even ghosts like to have a little fun with toys, or is it just a glitch? Let me know your thoughts.
It's just a glitch. It's just the thing that's shorting out. I've spoken.
Using the front camera of their phone to capture a lighthearted video. They're laughing and chatting, completely absorbed in their playful antics. Everything seems normal until something unexpected happens.
So this looks like it's set up. A lot of publicity comes from supernatural, especially in places like Asia, Korea, Japan, and stuff like that. They love this kind of crap. They eat it up. So if these two, let me pause this again. If these two kids, or these two people, sorry, I'm getting older in my life. So anyone younger than me is a kid. If these two influencers are anything, like say like they're, well, let's just say they're beauty influencers, okay? They get traction with a particular group of people, okay? So they're getting a bunch of, other people who are interested in beauty to come and watch their channel. So you already have a market saturation of that. Let's say that's 250,000 people have interest in beauty, so they go and they watch these people's videos, right? And then you have another 250,000 people over here on the right side. These 250,000 people have a mild interest in beauty, but have more interest in paranormal, or have a mild interest in beauty, a mild interest in paranormal, and a mild interest in something else, right? You can tap into that market and gather the other 250,000 people into your beauty genre if you can show them something that brings them to the page. You know what they say, like you come for the ghost video, you stay for the girls, that kind of thing. And so in this case, what I think is happening is the same thing that you have time and time and time again. One of the prevailing pieces of evidence that a lot of people talk about in these encounters are the entire channel that these people are on is completely dedicated to just music, or just this entire channel is dedicated to sneakers. And then there's this one video on here that makes it more credible because it's one video, not the entire channel's focus, which I totally understand. If I were to come out tomorrow and release a video of paranormal investigations or paranormal stuff that I found, it's less credible because I'm already saturated in this market. This is my thing, right? This is what I'm doing. So it would be the same thing as me saying, as a UFO enthusiast, I've seen a UFO. I'm not a UFO enthusiast. I like watching UFO videos. I don't think aliens have ever visited. They do exist, 100%. Somewhere in the galaxy, there are aliens. However, They've never visited Earth. That's one thing. But I digress. If I was already predisposed to paranormal and, UFO videos, my credibility decreases. But that does not mean that somebody who's not predisposed to these markets have more credibility. It just means that there's more scrutiny as to why are you suddenly doing this? Like, why is this suddenly a focal point of your video? You know, and the main thing is it is in fact marketing, 100% of the time. Think about going back to that public school that produced the ghost video, right? It's a public school. They didn't do ghost videos before. They did have a small dip their toe into some of that in previous years, and then all of a sudden they release this video, and guess what happens? It's covered by all of the local newses. It spreads across the country. It spreads to our country from there. So that was a UK school, if I recall correctly. Spread to Canada, spread to the United States. Everybody was talking about it. That is a lot of publicity for a small school to have, right? And all they did was produce a ghost video. It doesn't have to be on the nose. It could be completely left field. Think about these beauty influencers here, okay? Again, they have a huge market because they are they're pandering to people who are interested in beauty. They will come, they'll watch beauty routines. I'm saying beauty just because they've got a lot of makeup and like stuff to make them look smooth and stuff. In a sense, they could be what do you call those, Japanese idols or whatever. Doesn't matter. Their channel pertains to beauty, and they slip in one ghost video, and they have a whole bunch of media coverage and a whole bunch of people coming to their channel to watch that ghost video, hitting the subscribe button, boosting their views, boosting their channel, and all they had to do was get somebody to dress up behind them like a ghost and try to pretend like it was something supernatural. It's publicity and marketing. 99% of the time, that's all it is. If somebody comes in with a one-off ghost video, it's 99% of the time publicity or some kind of stunt to get them more subscribers. Because if 20% of those subscribers continue to be subscribers and continue to watch their channel, they've saturated another market. I might release a video later on of us playing Phasmophobia to get into the video game enthusiasts, right? Because then we get the people who watch those shows coming in to watch our videos, right? To watch our investigations. Then you might go and say, I want to take advantage of like the fashion scene, right? So I'm gonna try to I don't know how it saturate or get into that market, but there are connecting points to get more and more people to jump into your views. Right now, we're going off of word of mouth and whether or not YouTube thinks our videos are good. We're not marketing, we're not advertising, we're not doing anything like that right now. We're just building our channel right now, building a backlog of videos. And probably somewhere like we might start advertising our paranormal investigation if we decide that it's worthwhile, just to get that video in more people's hands. But until then, if I were, what am I talking about? I'm getting off track here. Let's continue the video.
It almost looks
That's what this is it's just somebody
but there's no mistaking
trying to get their 5 minutes of fame and saturate an otherwise unrelated market.
Reddit user Cookie99 recently shared a clip on the r/ghosts subreddit after her friend's doorbell camera captured
Terrible Reddit. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It's not a terrible Reddit, but anytime you get ghosts involved in a Reddit or a Facebook group, it goes off the rails. Okay, people are sending pictures. What am I looking at here? That's interesting.
In the footage,
I'm going to go ahead and say it's likely not a spider.
Disappearing from view. What exactly is
it's not vibrating in any way. I could suggest that it's a moth of some kind.
Original poster. After being shared on the subreddit, both the OP and her friend speculated that the doorbell camera might have inadvertently caught a ghost. Many commenters agreed.
Okay.
But what do you
Nick will say it's a bug right away, and then he'll glance it off, or he'll
is there a more
pass off.
explanation for this mysterious sighting? Share your thoughts in the comments.
I'm just going to pause it here. We're going to sort of take a quick look at this. From the shape, it could be a moth. And I know what you're saying, it's moving really slowly. The video could have been slowed down, it could have been sped up, whatever. It could be a moth, or it could be a spider. The spider's legs would have splayed out from it, and you would see a little bit more going on there. The distance from the object is often an indicator of whether or not it's like something that's like a bug or something. In the case of this, it's very blurry. It looks like it's far away, but the way that the night vision camera apertures work is they have a dome, right? They have like a fisheye sort of aspect, so they can catch a wider aspect. And so a lot of objects that are closer to it appear to be scrunched or like, really out of focus. So this could literally just be a bug or something in front of the lens. There's no other footage of it, so we can't cross-reference it with previous footage, or there's no what do you call a control to this. So supposing right away that it's a ghost it's a little bit difficult to say, to say the least, I should say. But in the case of this is probably a bug of some kind. I'm going to go with it's either a moth or a something that's dangling in front of the camera here. It could even be a small drift of cobwebbing or spider webbing being carried in the sky or in the air. Um, you might not like to hear it, but bugs are very, very light, and wind is very, very strong. So a lot of times, you'll find that bugs get picked up by gusts of wind and thrown for kilometers, kilometers. Right? Consider the following: at any given time, anywhere in the world, well, more or less anywhere in the world, at any given time in Ontario, where you are walking above you, there are at least 10 to 500 insects at any given time. That's a bit extreme, but I'm talking about like if I'm walking through a forest or I'm walking through a field, the wind can blow spiders off of trees and they will carry them across the wind. Think about the ending of Charlotte's Web. That's a thing. Okay, obviously they're not building little spiderweb parachutes and flying off into the sky. There are some bugs that can do that, but it's not impossible for a spider or a beetle or various other bugs to get picked up by the wind and throw them for kilometers. And at any given time, you could be walking through a field and then have like a spider land on your head. It's very rare because again, we're talking like a tiny little thing, tiny little target, massive field, but it's not impossible. Okay. In that case, if you can think that those things can get picked up by the wind, um, literally, this could just be, it could literally be a cobweb, a spider web, or some kind of other ambient hollow piece of insect detritus being carried in the wind. I'm not really totally sure because I can't exactly play it back here because that'll like screw up my sync, and I would have to go into DaVinci Resolve and
Factory
watch it over and
haunting.
over again to really discern
A
it. But
woman and her
I'm
coworkers
still
at a factory have reported
leaning
hearing
onto the
strange
side
noises
of
and
it's
witnessing
a bug.
objects moving on their own.
Nick would say the same
These
thing. It's a
eerie
bug, it's a
events
moth,
have
it's
led
something
many
like
to
that.
believe that their
It's
workplace
floating by a fisheye night vision camera.
Determined to capture proof, the woman decided to film the factory
Ooh, is that the
floor
that
at 3
that?
o'clock a.m.
You guys seen
hoping to
Terminator
document
Genesis?
some mysterious occurrences.
The newer Terminator? I don't know if it's called
She
Genesis. It's called
reported
Dark
that
Fate,
everyone
maybe.
spooked.
The Terminator 3, the sequel to Terminator 2 that kind of falls back into like the parallel time. It's a parallel timeline. John is shot and killed by the Terminator in that video,
Did
that
you
movie.
notice
But
it? A figure dressed in
that
white with
this
long
looked like
black
the
hair
plant
could
that
be
he was
seen
showing
far
looked
above the
like that
factory
plant
floor,
that the
eerily
start of that
observing
movie
the workers below.
was in. I
Strangely,
didn't see anything.
none of them seemed to notice this presence. The video's caption, translated
Oh,
to
that's
English,
curious.
reads, "Working under the guard of a kuntilanak." In Indonesian folklore, the
So
kuntilanak, or kunti, is a vengeful spirit often depicted as a woman with long black hair and a white dress, believed to be the ghost of someone who died tragically. She is said to haunt her victims with eerie laughter that grows louder as she approaches.
we're not allowed to say that word here.
Those who encounter her, making the thought of working
Sorry,
under her
guys. That
watch
means something
truly
completely
terrifying.
different in English.
But is this really a kuntilanak? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video,
Okay.
don't forget to like,
Curious.
subscribe,
Very
and
curious.
hit the notification bell.
I think that's.
so
I'm
you
going to
never
pause it
miss
right
out
here. It's
on
the
our
end of the
future
video anyway.
spooky
Oh, I
adventures.
missed it.
Share your thoughts and experiences.
I like that one. That was a pretty cool one. I still managed to accidentally spread this 8-minute video at 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I apparently love to talk despite being a quiet person in real life. You can catch me outside and I'm a quiet person. Which is good because this is one of the biggest difficulties with getting in front of a camera is actually being able to talk about things. And so a lot of people have that issue where they get in front of the camera and they just go, what do I do? Because they don't have anybody to talk to. Apparently, I've broken through that, and I'm the opposite. When I talk to people, I don't know how to talk to people. When I talk to you on the camera, whoever you are. Apparently, I just thought I just ramble. I just go on and 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 on. Anyway, that was 6 ghost videos. So scary you'll need holy water. I didn't think that any of them were really scary. I do find the last one that they featured with that woman above the whatever. That was probably the most interesting one we had. If I'm being completely honest with you, just because like without context, it's neat. What it is probably just a washed out video of some kind of maybe a Halloween prop or something that was stuck up there, or there's just no context, right? So that could have been what do you call like a banner or something, or an air conditioning system, or some kind of curtain diet. There's something up there that appears to us to be a woman watching over the factory workers, but in reality is probably nothing more than a banner or a poster or some kind of religious symbol that's being hung up there to for reasons that we're not aware of because we're not from Indonesia or wherever that was filmed. Well, anyways, that's going to do it for this one. I've somehow managed to ramble on for 26 minutes. What do you guys think about the shorter form factors? I know we often will produce videos that are like 40 minutes to an hour long. And then sometimes you'll get a video that's like 15 minutes to 20 minutes long. And I find that the longer videos, the videos that are around a half an hour to 40 minutes, seem to do better because I think people, when they click on them, they want a lot of content. They don't just want to sit here and sort of watch like a really quick, like this one, 8 minutes. I would never normally click on that if I wasn't producing a video because I don't think there's a lot going on with it. Like I like Nuke's videos; they're like 30 minutes long. I do like that kind of content. So if that's the same thing that you guys like, or if you like these quick little snippets, let me know in the comments below. As always, I really appreciate you're here. Thank you for spending this time with me. I know it's difficult to get through these videos just because a lot of the times we just go off the rails, and there's really no like consistency with the videos, and we just continuously ramble. I continuously ramble. Nick just death stares the camera. It's a bug, you fucking idiots. That's Nick. I'm a little bit more happy to be here. He's getting better though. He's getting more comfortable. This took me no time to sort of get to this point. Nick, he's getting there. But anyways, yeah, if you like what we do, drop us a like, hit the subscribe button, maybe slap that notification bell. If you want to check out our paranormal investigations, we'll have those in a different folder or in a different style. Like you'll be able to find those pretty easily if you go to our channel. At the time that this is being published, you might already have that video in your pocket. Go take a look at it. Let us know what you think. Did the EVPs make any sense to you? What did you hear? I want to know. If you guys have any suggestions for places that we should go within reason, we can't fly places yet. We're poor, to say the least. We make minimum wage and we work full time. So we're doing the best we can, and we're getting as far as we can. I did get the nope. Sorry. Stop getting distracted, Curious. I just want to show this is cool. I fixed it. It's a little tape deck. I bought it off of eBay. It was not working. It is working now. It sounds like crap. So I'll probably get another one. And then I have a spirit box kit coming in the mail at some point, which I'm going to put together for our next investigation, which should be, I think it's Guelph again. It's either Ghost Hill or Preservation Park. Sorry for continuing to ramble. This video is now almost 30 minutes long, so we're going to end here. Okay, thanks, bye. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment about what you think. If you have any videos you want to share with us, send us an email at youdontscaremeyt@gmail.com. See you in the next one.